it's Lamborghini Day. This is the Lamborghini Huracan, the Performante version, the performance version. It is craziness. This is not a vehicle for the shy or the timid. This is really for people that want to say, hey, look at me, I'm about to do something stupid any second now. And normally, that is the case. I've noticed that the Huracan, at least, is owned by a lot of young YouTubers with too much money. It's Lamborghini's mid-engined V10 baby monster. And Lamborghinis always look like a super fast slab of pork. It's certainly a strange looking beast from any angle. Inside or out, everything is straight lines. This car was designed purely with a straight rule. And this is one of a rapidly diminishing number of supercars that still has a naturally aspirated engine. And I've never driven a car that sounds so much like the old Formula One cars. Yeah, it's an awesome sound, but yet it still delivers the power of a turbocharged engine. It's very impressive. Of course, this has so much Audi DNA in it. Everything in this car is something to do with Audi. It has a lot of R8 parts in it. And of course, people that own R8s say that their car has a lot of Lamborghini parts in it. This is nothing like the Lamborghinis of old. Lamborghinis, when I was growing up, were angular, in-your-face cars like this, but they were only fast in a straight line. They were very heavy cars. This model actually can perform on a track. And as most of you probably already know, it did hold the Nürburgring lap time for a while until that Porsche came and beat it. Porsche people, always trying to one-up everybody. So, what's it like to drive? Well, it's actually easier than you might think. This is an all-wheel drive car, so it's not as skittish as a lot of supercars I've driven in the past. You can really put your foot down and the rear end doesn't step out. It stays nicely planted on the road. And it really is just experiencing that engine power and sound which makes this car so special. I'll get myself arrested. Yes, it is staggering, shocking, confounding, overwhelming. Whatever superlatives you want to throw at it. Just bring up a thesaurus. This car, certainly you run out of words to describe it. So far I've been driving it in the strata mode, which is the easygoing mode. You can then put it in sport mode, which makes it a little bit more aggressive, and you can instantly hear the sound of the engine change. It's just louder, more throaty. And then you put it in the Corsa race mode and you see the whole dash changes. The little displays here disappear because they move up into the main dash, and it's all just one big display, one big tachometer now. And you can see down here my average speed has been a paltry 26 miles per hour, maximum speed almost 140 miles per hour. And as scary as the power is, once again, all-wheel drive makes it a pretty easy missile to drive. Back to the normal mode, and you get the normal tach on the left here, and the Audi stuff here on the right. Yeah, this is straight out of Audi's, which is cool because Audi does this so well. And I can change with the buttons on the steering wheel here what is displayed on the left and right of the far sides of the screen. My fuel consumption. Fuel consumption is not the selling point of this car. Normally in single digits. Even though I've only been driving this car for a short time, I'm almost ready to refuel already. But I have been getting an average of 16 miles per gallon, which, you know, I've driven worse. And because it doesn't have a center screen here, everything pops up on the dash. So when you've got it in sport mode or normal mode, if you put it in navigation, for example, the navigation pops up here. It's all just like a mini Audi screen here. And it is really nicely done. It is a supercar that has all the mod cons, which is really nice. This would be a very easy car to own, there's no doubt about it. Also on the steering wheel, of course, is just like a Ferrari. You've got the turn indicators here, the headlights, the wipers, just so that you can keep your hands on the wheel. And the wheel is an Alcantara wheel. Not normally a fan of Alcantara, but in a car like this it's really suitable, and it does help you grip the wheel, so I for once approve of the Alcantara. And the rest of the cabin is just, I don't know, very angular. Everything, as I said, is a straight line, and it's got all these fancy buttons like an aircraft. Along the top here are the windows, the suspension lift at the front, turn off the traction control, hazard lights, turn off the parking sensors. Down here is all the Audi controls for the navigation, HVAC and so forth, and your start-stop key, which has got a lift button, although you can just do it through the center. It's more of a gimmick, I think. And of course, how you put it in reverse, you lift this lever up here. It's all very gimmicky, but I think this type of stuff is really what impresses people to buy Lamborghinis, is that it's a little different like this. Even the cup holder is kind of an angular feature that pops out here. And the seats are all Alcantara as well, quite firm and grippy. But the driving position is odd. The seat for me is as low down as it goes. I'm 6 foot tall and my head is still hitting the roof in this car. And after coming out of my Porsche 911, which feels like a fishbowl compared to this vehicle, it's more like driving a Corvette, where the windscreen is very low and it's very narrow field of vision, both front and back. Sort of like driving a washing machine in a way. The pillars are large and block large parts of your view. Like, you really can't see a car anywhere between 90 degrees and sort of 120 degrees beside you. And the vision out the back window is also, it's like a little postage stamp. And even the sun visor is a tiny little useless thing that sits up here. I don't know how much sun this thing would actually block, with a little itty bitty mirror on it. But of course, this is a Lamborghini, so you come to expect that it's going to be a little bit odd to drive. Certainly so much more predictable and easy to drive than any other Lamborghini I've ever driven. But overall, it's an incredible car. Everybody looks at it. That engine is a screaming Mimi. Gotta love that engine though. But we're nearly out of fuel, so we're gonna go find a gas station. And then we'll have a little drag race with my poor little Carrera 4S, doomed to never win a drag race in its life. Poor baby. So once again, we've arrived at the point of the video where my car loses a drag race to the car I'm reviewing. Poor little 911. Still, being back in the 911 is so strange. It's like getting back into an SUV after that Lamborghini. You feel so high up and all the windows, you've got such a great view. It's like being in a fishbowl. So strange getting back in this car. And most of all, when you put your foot to the floor, mild acceleration. So what have I done to improve my chances in this drag race? Well, I've put a full tank of gas in the Lamborghini and my car's almost empty, so a little bit of a weight thing there. I've got the strings here for my sunglasses. I put my radio station on 80s at 8, which is the only radio station any satellite radio should ever be on. And of course I've left the track day sticker on the side of my car, so it looks a little bit like a race car. That should improve my chances. And of course the Lamborghini is owned by my friend Dan, who owns just a wide assortment of awesome cars that I steal for my videos. So feel free to leave a comment in this video about what a punk he is for owning so many cool cars and being so young. Okay, ready for humiliation?
Ready.
Here we go. 3, 2, 1, go! The result is as expected. That thing is crazy, and it looks crazy. It looks so awesome on the road though, doesn't it?
I'm sure that went according to plan.
That was so close. We were neck and neck almost all the way down there.
Exactly.
Okay, you go from 6th gear and I'll go from 3rd gear.
Okay, one second. I'm in 6th now.
You ready? 3, 2, 1, go! Ooh, I got him in 3rd! I got him! I walked you! I walked you! Now I know the secret to winning races against those things.
Let me try and say 4th.
Fourth gear? Alright. Okay, 3, 2, 1, go! Ooh, mama! So what have we learned today, friends? We've learned if you're drag racing against a 600 horsepower plus Lamborghini, make sure he's locked in 6th gear before the drag race starts. My only comment is that my car is more fuel efficient than yours.
Precise, that's the only thing that matters.
You know when you're reverting to fuel efficiency, things have gone badly wrong in your life. So that's it from the bright blue Lamborghini today. It is a surprisingly easy car to drive for something of such immense performance.